Hello and welcome. Today I'm in the tier 10 Japanese carrier, as usual when I'm playing carriers, the Hakuryuu. This match is on the map Hotspot, because it's one of the only two maps in the game. And this is a small match, it's 7 against 6. They have a Midway and a Yamato and stuff like that, you know, the match isn't that different in terms of power. I decide to not go through the middle because I don't want to encounter the Midway's fighter because his fighter is very powerful. Often the Midway's fighter can, well, rather, two full fighters on a Hakuryuu cannot kill one Midway fighter group, so I just don't really want to engage him. On top of that, if I engage the fighter, he might come strike at me, but anyways, I go to the side and see a lonely North Carolina, so I decide to try to strike him. Then follow up with dive bombers, of course, and this was a surprisingly bad drop, to be honest. Only 4 hits, which is incredibly surprising. But I guess it happens because this guy actually knows what the hell he's doing. Still, he is completely alone and he is 2 tiers lower, so I imagine he isn't gonna survive for too long. Well, okay, I mean, it's not like it takes quite a few minutes for me to follow up. Also, my team is pretty decent. I mean, I know some of these guys, so other than the ones in my division as well, that is. And our division is still pretty good, so... Ooh, 3 fires. I guess 9 hits means 3 fires is rather likely, but still. Ouch, he is pretty screwed. I try to use my fighters to defend my allies, because it's a small match, losing any ships is a big deal. That's why I think killing off that North Carolina over there is a good idea, because, well, it's a huge loss if they die. Well, unfortunately, our Ibuki got killed. The enemy was pretty good at it. Right now, what's gonna happen is something odd. I heard from strangers say in voice chat that I should focus on the fighters because that will help me kill them, but I think that was a mistake. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I should have gone for the torpedo bomber attack. I mean, okay, hindsight 2020, of course I should have gone for the torpedoes. I just thought he said go for the torpedoes, that he had something planned for the... I mean, go for the fighters. I thought he had something planned for the torpedo bombers. Sadly, it wasn't the case, and I really should have done what I thought was better, because I might have just misunderstood what he said, so... Just ended up in the way that Tuka, that is our Iowa, took a ton of damage for no real reason. It was my mistake, pretty much. And I'll try to follow up another strike on the North Carolina, because I think that if I try to go elsewhere, the fighters from the Midway will be up in the air before I can get there, so it will just be a failed drop, more or less. On top of that, the North Carolina is still alone, so should be... Ooh, look at the amount of damage. I guess he messed up when he got struck by the torpedo bombers. He probably repaired, so he didn't have repair available for the fire anymore. That's why you try to wait for the dive bombers to follow up, especially against me. Otherwise, you're just gonna get damaged a whole lot by the dive bombers. I wanted to finish him with 2 drops, but 2 groups, but sadly, he managed to turn in the right way. He can definitely dodge properly, but he just messed the repair thing up earlier. But since I still have my 3rd group left, I'll just finish him with this one. I would put voice chat on this recording, but it also has my own audio, which I cannot do post commentary when I'm talking myself. Anyways, sadly, somebody else struck the ship after I had dropped the torpedoes, so that meant that it was a waste of a drop. Oh well, it happens. So I'll try to follow up on the Tirpitz now, because the Tirpitz doesn't have anti-air. Oh, although new patch is pretty good in that regard. It gave Tirpitz the fighter, which is really good, I think, on a Tirpitz, that is. Because the Tirpitz has poor anti-air, so that fighter is gonna do a lot. Our destroyer is playing really well. He is pushing, or rather, he is pulling the aggro of the carrier. Well, he might die. The likelihood is pretty high, I guess, but he is making the carrier waste a ton of effort on him, and he's also pushing the carrier into the sea area. Also, I messed that dive bomber drop up pretty hard on the Tirpitz. Also, I accidentally made the dive bomber fly. So right now we can see the carrier and our Yamato, who is played by strangers, is taking shots at Midway. Sadly, he couldn't finish him though. But I mean, this is what carriers are for. I will take my fighters along so that if his fighters come to counter, I will immediately engage so I can do a proper drop on it, because the carrier seems to be completely alone and he is really low HP. So 1 or 2 groups should be able to easily deal with it. Rather 1 or 2 torpedoes even. I'll bring the second group for follow-up just in case, and the third as well. I mean, who knows what happens. This is a huge opportunity, so I'll try to not squander it. Okay, and this should be the carrier kill now. Excellent. Well, now it's time to go fight the Tirpitz and keep running from the cruiser. Or maybe even focus on the cruiser, I'm not sure.
Group 5, we're under attack.
Although this Tirpitz drop he's providing such a good opportunity here. Still though, our destroyer did really well. While he didn't survive, he made the carrier go into a position you don't really want to go into. Yes, people say things like, oh yeah, in a cruiser, or I mean in a carrier, you want to be close to the fight, etc, etc, but if you get a bit too close, the Yamato takes out half your HP, and there's nothing you can do about it, because, well, it's just gonna hurt, because it's a Yamato. Sadly, the Des Moines used his ability, so I cannot drop with dive bombers on him, but the Yamato is probably gonna finish him, and it's just me and strangers, that is the Yamato and Hakuryuu, against a low HP Tirpitz, a Shimakaze, and a Montana. I'll kill the Tirpitz with this and use my fighters to spot the Shimakaze and leave the Montana for last, because as we saw, the Montana was really far away. Strangers is gonna try to hide from the Shimakaze's torpedoes, that is so he doesn't get killed by it. Also, I found the Shimakaze. I will keep my fighters here. I'll try to do a blind drop. I mean, I saw where he was and he was pretty much standing still, and I hit. Oh my god, I hit. Can you fucking believe that? In smoke, dive bomber manual drop hit. That's actually that's something I haven't seen before. At least not on my own. But anyways, right now, our best plan of action, in my opinion, since we have a ton of time left. Really, the Shimakaze should have stayed there, because I don't have anything to follow up on. But I guess they really do want to kill the Yamato. But yeah, once you lose your carrier, especially on a map like this, it's so big that you just can't really chase down individual players anymore. You do need the carrier to help you. maybe not so much damage, but even just pushing them in certain areas, or to certain areas. I'll try to do some kind of anvil drop on the Shimakaze. Well, at least that's the original plan. I mean, right now, since we have so much time left, I think we're gonna win, mainly because we can just whittle them down. Once we deal with the Shimakaze, the Montana is gonna be an easy target, mainly because, well, we can just wait a whole bunch of time, since I have a ton of planes left before we even try to engage. And it's the usual drop, so I did my first drop to push the Shimakaze into a certain direction, and then 2 more drops from the side because it's a Shimakaze. He has a ton of HP. And now it's just 1 Montana left. Strangers in voice chat at this time is saying that he wants to ram the Montana, but at this point he is joking about it, saying like, "Oh yeah, I should go just ram the Montana now, and it'll be fine." But then, well, we talk about it a little, and it's a waste of money, and well, he will die as well, so he's just gonna lose his survival rate a little bit, which he doesn't like to do. But since he is Yamato, he is gonna go close range with the Montana because he has all the advantages in that case. And I will try to set the Montana on fire. Although dive bombing a Montana is a bit unfortunate, because Montana has insanely good short range anti-air. I'm not sure if my 2 fighters are enough to kill his battleship launched fighter, because they just don't have enough ammunition. But anyways, if the Montana plays well, it will deal a lot. Right now I'm all tabbed, and I got lucky with the fighter kill because I could get it. Sadly, I messed up with my dive bombers as a result. But it seems that he isn't targeting my dive bombers because they are not only just one group is taking damage. So it's not that bad. But strangers at this point with the earlier volley said, "Well, I am gonna ram your ass now, mainly because the Montana managed to destroy one of Stranger's guns, or maybe even both of them at the front, so he got mad, and he wants to really kill the Montana now. So yeah, it's a ram between 2 tier 10 battle boats. And as you can see, both front guns are broken. And we didn't even get the goddamn explosion! Why? Oh my god, I wanted to see an explosion from this angle. This I did get 500k, so I'm happy. And almost 10,000 experience. So anyways, sadly I didn't catch the other end screens. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.